Hi, today we're going to take a look at the Manfrotto Lykos portable lighting system, so let's see what this unit can do.
Today we continue a LED review series with a portable LED that we received quite a long time ago called the Lykos, which was developed by the US manufacturer Litepanels for Manfrotto several years ago. Just like we did with all of our previous lighting reviews, we will take a look at the build quality, the features, the light quality and the power options, and some actual measurements and a few comments about actually using this light before giving our final conclusion. The Lykos is made out of plastic. We had it for almost 2 years now and it held up very well. We would certainly like to see a newer metal version of this unit, but the upside is that this light only weighs over 450 grams or about 16 ounces. There is really very little physically to look at with this light. On the front you have the LEDs, on the top and bottom you have a 1/4 inch 20 threads as well as a female cold shoe on the side. On the back of the unit you have an on-off button and a knob that sets the power from 0 all the way to 100%. The light also has a physical handle which lets the user conveniently handhold the light in any angle. In terms of power, on the back you have a Sony NP-F style battery connector, which is probably the first thing that we will change about this light. It has a plastic release knob which we don't really like. The Lykos is actually a family of products. There are currently 2 members of this family, a bicolor light 3000 Kelvin to 5600 Kelvin and a daylight version 5600 Kelvin only, which is what we are testing today. On paper, the daylight version is just a little bit more powerful at 1600 lux at 1 meter versus 1500 lux of the bicolor version. We will see how the daylight version actually performs in a second. The Lykos series has an optional $100 Bluetooth dongle that can control your light from your smartphone. Sadly, it only works on an iPhone and the Manfrotto Digital Director, and as Android users we could not test it. Like we did with all previous lights that we have recently reviewed here, we tested the Lykos with our Sekonic C700 spectrometer, looking at both power output, color quality and accuracy. We got the light with 3 different gels, one is more like a diffuser actually, and we measured the light output and color quality of each of them, and you can see the results on the screen right now. Without any filters, you can see that we got 2370 lux at 1 meter, very impressive and well above the official specs. Color temperature is a bit cooler than it should be at almost 6400 Kelvin. We got 94.8 CRI overall, pretty great. Looking at specific wavelengths, we got the R9 or reds with 91.1, which is very impressive. The blues on the other hand are still quite low and the R12 measured only 68.6. Adding the transparent diffuser cut the light significantly and we got 1300 lux at 1 meter with a color temperature of 6000 Kelvin. Using the 2 gels was actually quite interesting. With the first gel we got 1870 lux at 1 meter with a color temperature of close to 5000 Kelvin, and with the second gel we got 1330 lux at 1 meter with a color temperature of just over 3200 Kelvin, and interestingly the blues have improved to 85.2. We have been using the Lykos extensively since we got it. Actually, you might consider this a long-term review which can tell you a lot more about a product than the more common reviews based on a few days or even weeks of use. We used it for anything from small product photography and videography to a more demanding task of fill and even main light when we needed a little extra boost when we were shooting outdoors. This light can't overpower the sun, but it can definitely be useful in the shade. And we even took it with us for some commercial shoots to light the background and even helped us in some interviews back at Photokina 2016. Yes, we had this thing for a really long time now. The light never failed on us, and although it can definitely drain batteries like crazy, expect 1 to 2 hours of battery life depending on the battery and how you use the light. When it works it is great, and when we want to make sure that it will keep working, we try to use the included AC power adapter. So let's conclude this review. The Lykos has been hands down our favorite portable light. It is super simple to use, lightweight and compact, has good power options, and it doesn't get too hot. Even more importantly, this light packs quite a punch in terms of raw power, but the biggest upside is the color quality, on par or even better than the best lights that we have tested so far, including pro ones that cost twice as much or more. This doesn't mean, of course, that everything is perfect. The Bluetooth dongle, a neat idea which we would actually like to see built into the light, only works with iPhone for some reason, and probably the biggest downside is the plastic body and especially the battery plate and release mechanism, which we feel should have been made out of metal for the price of this unit, especially with what has been going on with the competition in this market segment. To be fair, the Lykos was announced back in 2015, so there has been a lot of changes in the industry since then, although the light is still very much relevant today in our opinion. As for the cost, this is a pretty pricey unit, selling for just under $390. The bicolor version of this light sells for just over $450. We feel that for 2018, Manfrotto needs to work with Litepanels and release an updated version of this light with a full metal casing, better battery plate, integrated Bluetooth with Android support, and maybe even a little bit more power. At the end of the day, however, if you can afford it, and despite the age and design, the Lykos is still one of the best truly portable lights that you can buy on the market right now.
So that was our look at the Manfrotto Lykos lighting system. Don't forget to read the full review on LensVid.com, where you can find more videos like this, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.